Welcome to the newest episode of the My IGN Nintendo podcast. And as in, we're actually now called Just Another Castle. We rebranded, and here we are. And so, with me today, we have the amazing Mike.
I know. Thank you.
We got the 3 times more amazing Matt.
All right, this is bullshit. No, this is bull. All right.
I agree with Eli.
And then we have Batman.
Hello, everyone.
Who's actually
How are you guys? But I'm not more amazing than Mike.
Okay.
I want to clarify that.
I'm more amazing than Batman.
But Mike is better.
Thank you. All right. And Matt, you know who else is amazing? My mom.
Oh, gosh.
And then, of course, the most amazing one is your host himself, Eli, or Paul Salon. And today we're just going to be starting up this new podcast. The way we're going to do it is every week we're going to come here for about an hour because, Mike is so freaking popular and he's got so many people that love him. We decided to use his channel as a surrogate for our show.
I'm Amber. Amanda Vine's show, The Girls' Room.
I think I don't want to how to say announce this previously, but I think the next week or perhaps the other one we will have our own channel in Twitch.
We'll see how this goes. And then we got we're going to talk about Nintendo stuff, Nintendo news, Nintendo games. We're going to talk about Amiibo because Amiibo are so important right now. And so we're going to talk first what we've been playing, as we always do. And I've been playing Final Fantasy X on the Vita before bed, and then I fall asleep. But I'm getting through it slowly and steadily, and I like it, even though it's pretty linear. It's pretty linear for a Final Fantasy game, which is kind of surprising me. And then the other thing I've been playing is a little bit of Hyrule Warriors, which is fun, but once again, it's really kind of repetitive. But in short bursts, it can be really fun. And I've been Amiibo hunting. Recently, I got Pit, which was awesome. He's probably the guy I've been hunting for the longest so far, as in actively trying to get. Because I still need Marth and Villager and Wii Fit Trainer, but I can't really find them. But Pit's, I got him. And then went to Target and got myself a Rosalina. I got myself a Sheik, a Toon Link, which I really like the figure. Like, Toon Link is awesome. And then I got myself a Bowser, even though there are literally probably millions of Bowsers in existence. So that's what I've been playing. Well, what about?
Yeah, but clarify me that, Eli. There is 2 versions of Bowser because now is another one coming with Mario Party 10, right?
Yeah, but don't spoil the beans. We'll talk about this later. Pretty much, we got this whole second set of Mario Party Amiibo. But the funny part is that the Bowsers, like at least some of the other characters are in different stances and stuff, but the Bowser one looks pretty much identical, and it's funny because they're the same figurine on a different packaging. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, you're right.
But we'll talk about that a little later. Matt, how about you talk about what you've been playing? You've been playing Project Steam, right?
Yeah, Codename Steam.
Codename Steam.
Yeah, essentially it's Valkyria Chronicles, where it's a strategy game. Valkyria Chronicles, Fire Emblem, all the same, but closer to Valkyria Chronicles, where you can move your teammates independently, and also, I can't explain this for crap. Whatever. You have your separate teammates, and you can shoot and. What is this? I've been doing this podcast for a year, and I still. Whatever.
You all right?
Okay.
For some reason,
nice.
I'm like all jittery or whatever. It's like it's a new podcast, but it's like the 100.
Okay, just explain how it's some stupid SRPG that's played like Valkyria Chronicles where you move in third person crap and it has Abe Lincoln. There you go. All right. Boom.
It's not stupid. It's actually pretty cool. And
but I hate Valkyria Chronicles, and I hate most SRPGs that are not this guy. So I hate it already.
Well,
Okay, because Fire Emblem's some mainstream shit. Okay. All right, Matt, you can go on explaining this terrible demo.
Wait until your segment, Mike. Wait until your segment.
Oh gosh. So I've been playing that. I really like it. There's quite a few missions in it. I think I've played 3 or 4, and I heard there's like 7, which is surprising because usually for a demo you only get like a tutorial and then maybe something else. But it's good that they put out a demo because this kind of game you really need to get your hands dirty with it. Watching someone play isn't really going to do it for you, and listening to someone explain it better than I do definitely won't help you. But there's a cool feature called it's called Overwatch. So how it works is you have a certain amount of Steam units, and that's how many units you can move. Or let's say if you want to attack, it takes like three Steam units to attack, and all this other stuff. But if you save a couple of units and don't use up all your Steam units, then when an enemy comes near you in your line of sight, you can actually attack them on their turn. And the reason that's good is not just you get to attack them, but you'll actually get to stop their attack. So if an enemy tries to kill me on their turn and they come in my lines of sight, I can shoot them, preventing them from hurting me. And then that's the end of their turn. And then I got to hurt them, and I didn't take any damage for it, and I didn't use up any of my moves. So that's a pretty cool feature of the game. I haven't gotten through the whole demo of 7 missions or whatever, but I got through a couple, and it's pretty good. I'm sucking because there's one guy that can only shoot far distances and one that can only shoot close, and it's kind of hard to use when the maps are kind of straight, but I'm excited for it. I'm probably going to get it eventually when I finish all the other games. So that's what I've been playing.
Oh, cool. So you enjoyed the demo. That's really good to hear. Is there anything else you played?
Not really. Just a bit of Bayonetta and Smash. Like a month hiatus after Smash. I'm really sucking. I couldn't even really beat any level 9 computer players. I'm like, this is terrible. I'm gonna play Bayonetta now so I can feel good.
It's funny that Bayonetta is your feel-good game, considering like crushes your soul. But all right, Mike, what have you been playing?
Well, I'm still playing some Persona Q because that's gonna take me a while. I mean, like, I gotta run through that so I can play some Ocarina of Time 3 Dizzle, so then I can play Shijora's Mask. I could be like, wow, this game sucks as bad as I remember playing it every single time.
You're like, now it sucks in 3.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, they redid it so it sucks even more. I'm like, wow, I didn't think that was possible. So I'm gonna see that. So that's in like 2 weeks. I just realized, but yeah, I've been still been playing some Birth by Sleep, and of course I was at Apex this past week, and so I've been playing that Smash Brothers. Don't know if you guys heard of it, but yeah, it was a pretty big tournament. I mean, I made it out of pools in the beginning. I think there was like 900 plus entries. Apparently, I got like tied for something in the top 50, but I didn't make it to top 16, so it was like or top 32, whatever. So when you lose in like losers finals, you get tied for 33rd. I lost one round right before that. So it's like I needed the guy. I lost to Mewtwo King, and then I got dropped into losers because of that. And then I don't know, my morale was dead. Like legit, I freaking played at 9:30, ran through my pool. I was like, all right, a bunch of no-name scrubbos. So I was just like, yo, ran through that shit, and I had to wait like 12 hours, whatever. So that took forever. But I got to meet Mango. Shit was cool. We talked to him for a bit. So yeah. I mean, the whole crowd was mainly there for melee, whatever. But it was a good experience. I mean, obviously 900 plus people. It's kind of cool, but at the same time, no fame or fortune unless you make.
God, Mike, you're such a failure. You only made top 64 out of 900. That's like top 5% or something.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to him. Why he's so depressed? He's among the best. What the fuck?
It's, I know.
If I go to that tourney alone, being among the 900, I consider myself champion of the world.
Nah, but I didn't get to make it. Like, yo, like, look, man, you freaking the quote like Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you last. No, but like honestly though, it was like I didn't make it to the final day, and that was like the big day, you know, when like 90K people are watching and stuff, and I was like that's what I wanted really bad. But I don't know, I just gotta get back to the lab and get in that grind again. But next stop is Evo, so we'll see where it's going with that.
Nice.
Oh, you're actually going to Evo, Mike?
Yeah, the team I'm on also is looking to get some sponsor donations and stuff. So it's like like obviously every donation's going towards the Evo thing. Like if we could hit enough to send us all there, we're all definitely go, or at least pay for the venue unless we win a qualifier. But it's like 98% chance I'm going to Evo this year, so that'd be pretty cool. Thank you,
Congrats, man.
thank you, thank you.
And make sure you don't fail this time.
This time you'll make it in the final 32.
You'll be like, yo, you sucked, man. I'll be like, yo, but I'm a little nervous for Evo, but it might be a little less.
I don't want to support you in a way that you have to become cocky or confident, but you have to be really proud, Mike.
Thank you, man. I mean, a lot of people, they've been on the scene for a while, so it's kind of hard. It's like to jump in and stuff. But I mean, it just shows that as long as you like practice, you can really just go anywhere. I mean, look, if you lose at your first tournament, there's no problems with that, yo. Like everyone gets their ass whooped at the first tournament. I got like wrecked, dude. Like so bad wrecked. I was like, yo, I'm the shit. And I just got like kicked down, and I was like, oh, broke my arm. Dirt spit on when I was down. And I was like, all right, but like it really how to get better is just so you can you just gotta keep going back. Like it's gonna cost you money, obviously, unless you go for friendlies and stuff. But the only time you ever get that real experience is when you money match someone or if you like fight them in a tournament, because you don't want to go home. Like a friendly, you could like sandbag it. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, I hear in my bracket for Wave 2 was Mewtwo King, Ninja Link, Chudat, who's a really great melee player and stuff. So I had some people in there. So I mean I didn't advance out of there. Mewtwo King and Ninja Link did, but yeah, I mean, dude, freaking get to meet all these amazing people. Like I got to talk with Zero and stuff. Like I know a lot of them anyway from the East Coast, but I got to meet a lot of West Coast players.
Yeah, awesome. But let's move on to Flea. Flea, I know want to talk about Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah. I played the shit out of the demo before I sold my 3DS because I sold my 3DS 3 days ago. So I downloaded the game and played the hell out of it, and now I sold my system, but I can talk about it. Also, I played a little bit to explain it to one of my best friends that also is a fan of the game itself, of the franchise. So I played also in his system, so I know the franchise better than him, but so he can understand it. And it's really cool. So all of the new, how can I say, all of the little tweaks the gameplay had, because Monster Hunter, if any of you have played any of the entries of the franchise, the characters are really static, really old gen. I mean, first 3D movements in like the N64 era, how you play with the character. I mean, it's not so it does have that free movement like an Assassin's Creed game,
Yeah, I only played Freedom Unite for the PSP, but I mean, I know Monster Hunter 3 Try was supposed to be like super good. I think I could have played a demo of Monster Hunter 4, or I might have played a demo of it like at Comic Con and stuff. But I might give it a shot the way it's being praised and with the new 3DS coming out. But I should play the demo before I give it the shot. But I don't want to play without the new 3DS. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna get this new 3DS for a while because
that's exactly what I sold my old 3S XL, because now I think next week it's gonna arrive here in my house the limited edition of Monster Hunter 4.
Nice. I knew you were getting that. When that was announced, I was like, yo, Flea's getting that. Like, there was no doubt that Flea was getting that.
Yeah. That's a day one buy for me. Yeah. And talking about the demo, going back to the demo has 3 options. You can play solo, you can play local co-op, and you can play online co-op. So in the demo itself, and you have 3 monsters. You have a small one, a middle-sized, bulk, strong one, and the Gore Magala, that is the monster of the franchise itself. Is the main new monster of the Monster Hunter 4. So it's the bad guy in the story also. So it's really cool. And you already had, I think if I'm not mistaken, you already had 9 weapons, and now you have 2 more. So it makes yourself 11 weapons now with 2 new weapons. And that's exactly the weapons that I used in this demo. There is a sword, shield, pickaxe, some sort of like that. It's a very cool new weapon that is a shield and it's a sword, but then the weapon is merged together and it becomes some sort of a large switch axe, So It's a really cool weapon, and also the new one that is a staff that that has also a bag that you can send to the monsters to collect stuff and makes your personal your personal stats. I mean, attack, defense, bump up a little bit. So it's really cool. And there's also this new feature the game has that it didn't have before, is that now the levels, you have some sort of layers, you know. It's not all plain field. You have like an underground place in the same level. You can go up in the trees. You can jump from one tree to another. You know, it has a little bit more dynamic. And that's really cool. Still, a lot of way to progress for becoming a really dynamic characters. But this sort of upgrade from Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, from what I have played, because I didn't play Monster Hunter 4, the original, because it was only Japan released. We in America and Europe have now Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, that is Monster Hunter 4G for Japan. And it's really cool. I'm really digging the game, and I recommend everyone that likes a mix of action with killing giant monster and play co-op, either way, local or online, and have a lot of fun. It's a really cool game. Really. I think it's the only franchise that I have left that I'm still in love from Capcom, because all the other franchise, they really disappointed me through the years.
Hey, Flia, so would you say this is good for beginners to also start off? Because, Monster Hunter is always hard for people to get into, and I never really played through a Monster Hunter game. So would you say this is a good place to start?
Yeah, definitely. And also, this is exactly the demo that every people that want to try the franchise, I recommend to you guys to download it, because it has the mode, the game itself asks you in the beginning if you are a beginner or an expert in the franchise. If you put yourself that you are a beginner, then the game itself start giving you advices and has a really cool way to introduce to you the new tutorials, not only from the weapons, also for the levels and for the items and for the monsters. It's really cool. I play it as a beginner to see how the tutorial will work and how the new weapons will work. I didn't know how to use them, so I used the beginners and the tutorial with the tutorial active, and then I play in expert, and it's really for people that are beginners of the franchise. I recommend this game. It's a good start, really, like you said, Eli.
All right, well, that's really good to hear. So I think we can move on to some news. And there was quite a lot of news since we were gone for several weeks, but we're just going to talk about some of the biggest stuff. I do want to talk about Amiibo first and foremost, because there's just always so much Amiibo news. Lucario came out, but there were only like 3 per store. People pre-ordered them. People pre-ordered. Mine just shipped. I got it for and just did you pre-order Lucario?
So are you talking to me? Because you kind of faded out. Yeah, I didn't pre-order almost any store one that's not Meta Knight or Shulk. Because I couldn't.
Mike's not getting a Lucario. But pretty much things are hard to come by. Rosalina's, from what I understand, Target's just getting one run of them. They're not going to replenish stock. So for a lot of people are selling on eBay right now. The point is that it's much better to buy them earlier rather than later, because there's that whole argument you don't want to fuel the scalpers. But if you are seriously considering a Rosalina, pick it up right now, because that's when everyone's selling them, and they're only bound to go up in price after a while if Target's really not going to get any more shipments.
Pretty much, if you want any Amiibo, you better pre-order it or you're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, even looking at Marth and Villager and Wii Fit Trainer, those things were sold out. But then on eBay, you could still get them for $20 or $30. It was a reasonable price. And then now they're $100 a piece. So it's definitely better to get them earlier rather than later. And so
if they're not a main series character like Mario or Zelda or something, then you better assume that it's going to be rare.
Yeah, it's simply because Nintendo isn't a toy company, so they're not equipped to put out 40 different SKUs of different toys and ship them all and fit them all on one like section of the store. And
Yeah, no store is gonna hold like 50 different amiibos and then only have like 1 or 2 units of each one, because then it's not gonna do well.
yeah,
Some will sell better than others, and then you have like half your stock just sitting there doing nothing.
well, and the same thing goes for Infinity and Skylanders. It's nearly impossible to find old Disney Infinity figures like they're
Yeah.
can't
But the thing that's better with them is they release like, I don't know, 3, maybe 2 to 4 at a time, and it seems like they're in a couple of months from each other. So when they do release new one, it's like, okay, this one will be circulating around for a couple of months, so I have a chance. With Nintendo, it's like, here's 12 of them at once. If you don't pre-order it, you're screwed. Sorry. And then like a month later, they'll have another 12. It's like,
Well,
crap.
like Target sent out a memo saying that they wouldn't stock. They would stock out of Wave 3. They would stock Toon Link, Sheik, Bowser, and Rosalina, but they wouldn't stock, like Mega Man and Sonic and King Dedede. Those could only be online. They wouldn't even be in stores. I think what Nintendo should do is like run them through their online website, like orders, like, hey, pre-order. I don't know, like Sheiks or whatever. And people put their pre-orders down, and then they're like, oh, we have 10,000 pre-orders for Sheik. And then they go and know how many to produce, and then people get their Amiibo, and Nintendo doesn't overprove, this whole thing was done. I think that's a lot better. But the other Amiibo news was concerning the Super Mario set, because it went on sale on Amazon, and a bunch of people picked them up, and they, ran out of stock. But apparently there's a rumor that Nintendo is actually realizing out of stock because they're not planning, there's going to be tons of them. They're not going to be rare or anything like that. I don't know. Are any of you guys picking up the Super Mario? Because I think I am. I think I'm going to pick up the Super Mario.
Well, I mean, why don't we just call it the Mario Party 10 wave, though? I mean, it's what it really is. But, I mean, the only one is you could buy them all for free. I mean, not obviously for free. You can't buy things for free, but you could get them all without getting the game. Only Mario you could get if you pre-ordered the Mario bundled one, which sold out and then came back on Amazon. But no, unless it's still sold out on Amazon.
Sure, or is it?
Because I know I got it from Walmart, though.
Isn't it just there's a special bundle that comes with Mario, but you could still buy Mario separate?
I heard you can't buy Mario separate. That's what I've heard, but
that would make no sense.
You could buy him separately, but not at first. He's a time exclusive.
That's it. Yeah, time exclusive.
Oh, that's
yeah. So
weird.
Basically, it's like you're gonna have to like wait
things and time things.
Well, I mean, it's only Mario though, so I mean,
yeah, I don't really care.
Dude, apparently there's a rumor right now that GameStop is actually buying up Amiibo for stores to like resell in their own store, which is really ridiculous. But the point would be to get people into the store, like while they're in there, they might buy something else. So that's really weird.
I just hope they make a line of Amiibo that isn't just pulled from other concept art, because the Smash Bros. One are based on the Smash Bros. Concept art, and then these Mario Party 10 Amiibos are based off of like the generic Mario art they've had for like years.
Well,
so I wonder if I'm starting to think that none of the posts actually original. It'll just be based on certain games in that concept art, which is kind of unfortunate.
The only difference is the base of the toy, regardless. It's different in the it poses, but the base of the Smash Waves, it has the Smash logo. And the base of the Mario Party 10, it has that red logo.
Can you imagine like what would happen, what mess there would be if they decided to do either Pokemon Amiibo or like Animal Crossing Amiibo? Like if they did, Guns First comes out freaking February 5th. And the lines outside of Target about freaking.
Oh yeah, like specific days. Yeah, people will be camping out to like every this one day.
Like for the whole.
I think seriously, if Nintendo, for this will never happen, but if it happens, if Nintendo announced that Game Freak is making a massive online multiplayer RPG from the Wii U of Pokemon, and then they announce the 600 and 700 Pokemons all available in Amiibo for Japan, it will be apocalypse.
It'll be terrible. Like,
People will die literally.
Nintendo would buy all those gosh dang things.
oh,
You think Smash Bros is bad? Imagine Pokemon. There'd be like a new one, a new Amiibo every day, and it would still take like 2 years.
yeah, no, that would be. And
It'd be suicide.
it's gonna be one of those things where like
People will die. For example, you say a Pokemon, I don't know, Mewtwo will be available from April 1 until April 10. People will die.
no,
Because
what'll
they
happen
will try to.
is they'll be like on one day it'll be like I don't know, for as I said, each retailer will have their own exclusive. I don't know, like Walmart will get a Charmander evolution line. Best Buy.
Yeah,
It wouldn't work. It would take forever, and there would never be more than enough, dude. It would be like
Obviously, I'm kind of joking, but what I would come to have to do is like I would have to pick up a homeless person on the street and be like, "Tell you what, you wait in line for me." You get
homeless people would be rich if Nintendo did this. All right, found the way to solve poverty. All right, no, but no. On a serious note, though, I mean,
seriously, guys, I'm talking about size here. I mean, not the Pokemon, the size of these amiibos that actually we have now. I mean, a little bit smaller or 1/3 of that size, and a little bit cheaper. They do that, and they release all the Pokemon available, 700, I don't know how many there are. I don't know in the world, but in Japan, people will die, literally.
they trample.
yeah, but like they would probably do the card thing that Sakurai or whoever said that thing before. They'd probably do that card system that they were talking about if they were ever gonna do that, which I don't think they would ever do anyway.
Cards actually.
The only thing I could see is if they use camera on the Wii U to recognize the barcodes on already existing Pokemon trading cards.
Oh, that would be smart.
I could see that.
That's logic. That's logic.
Because then they wouldn't have to reissue like 700 cards or whatever they want, and they would still be out there for people to buy, but they'd still be in the buy.
No, you know what would be an apocalypse? Oh my god! If we had to buy for Pokemon Pass and it was like 10.
You mean like in the 90s? You get 10 on a gamble?
Like
I got like 10 of those in my
No, but what you're trying to say, Eli, is that Pokemon packs, for example, you have Squirtle for the first era of Pokemon in all the 3 evolutions of him, and the 3 amiibos of Squirtle all in one pack, like that?
Yeah, well, that would be better than it be. Otherwise, I'd have like 500 Caterpies. Like that's not gonna be okay. It would not be okay. But we'll see. Because if they make, for example, I don't know, and it's all little villagers, I don't know what they would think of. But Super Mario set makes sense. Their set makes sense. But I'm already. Or if they do like a limited edition Mario one every few months, so like, oh, here's a new Mario. I don't know. That would be bad. I want to move on. There's some more news here. I did want to come back to the new 3DS though. I heard that Flea is importing a new 3DS. I'm going to be buying a new 3DS. Mike said he's not.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
Yeah. And what about you, Matt? Matt.
You got it right this time.
I love you guys so much that I don't know your names.
So great. No, I'm not really interested because as far as I can see, it'll probably last like a year or two, and then the next handheld will be out, or the hybrid, or whatever it is. So for me, it'd be a waste of money because I don't going to be so many exclusives just for the new 3DS. I doubt there's going to be that many exclusives for the new 3DS or anything that major that I would care about. And then by that time, if I did, the next handheld would be out, which is exactly what happened with the DSi.
Yeah, I was about to say that, dude. I'm like, yo, it sounds like the DSi.
What I want to say, guys, that you have to understand, because I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter and also Xenoblade, so I have no excuse.
Well, look, the only way I'd buy it, honestly, is if there's an awesome limited edition. Like, if there's a limited edition Xenoblade one, I'll buy that. But there's got to be something that's good, not some shitty ass gold Majora's Mask piece of crap. Like, dude, if I wanted crap on my 3DS, all right, my dog, I would just drop it on my dog's freaking pad downstairs. I'm like, look, Majora's Mask, okay? Like, damn, that's legit shit. All right, I'm gonna have to send an angry letter to Nintendo, whoever thought that was a good idea. But I mean, like, look, like it looks cool, but it's gonna be like the DSi. It's gonna be like 5 exclusive games, and unless there's a sexy enough system that I want, like I actually wanted the small one so I could change the faceplates, but apparently we're not getting that. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's BS. I'm thinking about waiting for the small one and just not buy the XL and cancel my pro or resell my pro.
I don't think that we're gonna get the
Whatever.
small one though. To be honest, like I heard the small one also it's
Yeah.
bigger than the original, like the original small 3DS. It's like a little bit bigger than that.
The console itself, I don't think is much bigger, but the screen is 20% bigger. That's what it's supposed to be.
That's good. I mean, this still, I don't really like the small 3DS, but
Guys, I want to say something that you missed the point, regardless of the if the system a collector edition or not. That doesn't have to do with anything. I mean, the full feature that you can see 3D in every possible angle, that's freaking awesome.
yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I mean, I play with every game with 3D on.
For me,
So
that I play portable handhelds and system all the time, moving my hands, and that I don't have a perfect right angle. I mean, I can play with up, down, left, right. I'm moving my hands all the time. It's perfect for me.
well,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
I play in my bed. Like that's the most people play their 3DS, or unless they're like sitting down on a chair just chilling, with friends. Like, and I think the 3D thing kind of helps out because when I'm trying to play and I'm lying down at a crooked angle, you know what I mean? Like I can't have too much 3D. But I know a lot of people
Yeah.
don't play with 3D at all.
The way
Like some guys, like people I know, legit just never turn it on. So that might not make a
Well,
difference to them. But it's a
but the
faster
thing is,
system. But yeah, Eli, you go. Yeah.
I was gonna say the thing is, like, rationally speaking, or Matt and Mike, you guys are both right. Yeah, everybody should be buying it because there's no real good addition unless you've got extra money and you're like, whatever, I don't care. It's really irrational. It doesn't make much sense, but Flea values that feature enough for it, and it might be worth picking up. For me, I just feel obligated to pick it up. Almost everything Nintendo puts out. I feel like it's got to contribute to my collection. I don't know, but it's foolish. Like when I think about the decision, I'm like, I'm stupid. Why am I spending that doesn't really offer that great of an experience over the other one? Who knows? Maybe the loading experience will be worth it. Maybe the 3 will actually make it a system selling feature. And
yeah. For my personal, this is personal rationalization is that I'm buying because of the 2 games franchise that I love the most is going to be available in the system and work best on the system.
yeah, that's true. And, I mean, we saw the loading times for Smash Brothers, and on the 3DS, the original one, it could take up to 25, 30, 45 seconds to close or open Smash Brothers. I mean,
There's also on YouTube a video comparison of the old 3DS XL with the new 3DS XL loading time and buffering times in an online match in Japan, and it's something else.
yeah. We can move on to Club Nintendo.
That's what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, how about this? I'll just tell everyone what games they should get and which ones are shit. All right, and then they shouldn't waste their coins on because I can help everyone out right now. Like I have the page open. I got it before it crashed.
Well, the thing is, I was not able to make it on before it crashed, but I'm actually only going to get physical rewards just because I'm one of those guys. I'm like, well, I can this game, but I can't buy this game. Yeah, so I'm going to get the puzzle. I'm going to get
picture stuff. But are you talking about the messenger bag for the for Majora's Mask? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think you were talking about the bag. Well, the thing is, I got like 2,200 coins, and I'm going to buy 3 physical gifts.
2,200. That's a lot. Well, I did like from the physical gifts. I'm looking at them now. What I liked, all right, they're never gonna get rid of these greeting cards. Okay, they've been there forever. All right, I have one of the game card cases. Those are pretty cool. Even though I just realized I got it for no reason, to be honest. But I think one of the coolest stuff is not the Smash Bros. 3 poster set, the poster set version 2. Those look like better. Those look like really cool trophies. The ones I saw them at Nintendo World. I was like those look awesome.
So if I'm not mistaken, there's also some cases.
Yeah, no, there's a pouch.
Yes?
No, it's a 3DS XL Legend of Zelda pouch, and it looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like that one, I'm contemplating. Like it's 600 coins. The Smash Bros. The 3 poster sets are 700. They have last year's platinum gift, the 2013 Year of Luigi platinum posters. They also have that retro Mario T-shirt, which I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, it looks cool, but it also looks just plain. It's just Mario on your bottom left armpit, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
There's this really crappy jigsaw puzzle that shouldn't be mentioned. It's 800 coins. It's got this lame deity Link or something like that, you know.
Anyway, people can look up there all they want because.
But yo, there's like what I noticed though, like the Wii U games that they're given, they are all right. They kind of remind me of the 2014 Platinum games, but the virtual console stuff they're giving out is really good games. You know what I mean? Like if you want regular Wii games, you got Smash and you got shitty regular Majora's Mask. If you guys don't want the 3D one, but like the 3DS games looked awesome. They had Link's Awakening on there. They had.
I was really. They put they 3 versions of F-Zero in the. If anyone didn't play F-Zero, I recommend to download it, guys, because it's really awesome franchise.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they have New Super Mario Brothers 2, which is one of my favorite 3DS games. DKC, I mean, the other 3DS games are mainly from the Platinum stuff from 2014. The Wii games are all right. I mean, the Wii U games, there was just like regular NES remakes and Wii Fit.
Really, I think the best deal, I mean, digitally, is Earthbound for 250 coins.
Oh yeah. Isn't Earthbound like $15 on Virtual Console?
That's the best deal that anyone that has at least 300 coins has to buy the game. At launch, costed, if I'm not mistaken, $10. Is that right?
Yeah, $10 bucks.
$9.99. So 250 coins for that game that is considered one of the best RPGs ever made.
Mother 3 is better. So I mean, So once you play Mother 3, Earthbound is it's doo-doo. No, Earthbound's still good, but it's no Mother 3. I honestly I do think all the Virtual Console games are steals though, to be honest. Like Yoshi's Island, that's like $7 or $10. The F-Zero game you mentioned, Golden Sun. Like honestly, if you have some coins to kill, literally look it up and just try to get some games. You're saving yourself like $10 almost every Wii U Virtual Console game.
I mean, there's over 100 games, so there's got to be something you like.
Yeah, right. Unless you want to give them to us, you know. If you don't have any coins, just give us to us.
When I saw the physical rewards this morning, because I saw Anthony's post, like, oh, Club Nintendo has stuff. I'm like, okay. So I saw the physical rewards, and I'm like, okay, they're not that great, but there's so many games there. Like, I have a list of at least like 10 or 12 games that I want, and unfortunately, I don't know how many coins I have. So I don't know what I can and can't afford, but there's plenty of options to choose. So
I got a question.
Before
you go, I just got a question. Is it true that you can't add any more coins now if you buy Nintendo games? Is that true or no? Because
you can up until March 31st is the last day, but no new games. So like Majora's Mask 3D won't have coins.
Oh, okay. So if I bought Captain Toad or NES Remix Pack, it's good, right?
So anything after January 20th won't have any sort of coins in them. So basically, any game of last year is fine.
Oh, okay. So any game that's post after January 20th, you won't find that that stupid picture of the family playing Nintendo games, and you're like your little.
That's correct. Yeah.
Got it.
You won't have.
I don't know how it works with digital games because
let's
say a digital game. What?
Any game that came out before March 20 or January 20th will still give you coins digitally if you download it.
Yeah.
Apparently, since I'm on the rewards page, it says below are all the awards. Be sure to exchange your coins before June 30th, 2015. Quantity is limited on obviously the physical items. And for Flipnote Studio 3D, please check your to-do list to receive your download code later this week. That's what it says on the website. If you actually get on, like me.
Well, for me, the website wasn't working 5 minutes ago, so maybe I don't know. Did it go back? Nope, still not working.
I got the direct
It's been
connection
like
right
this
now.
all day.
Yeah, it really had. I checked when I woke up around 9:30, and it's been kind of like this the entire. Like even though I get on the
I've been
rewards
checking all
page,
day.
yeah, when I get on the rewards page, I could see everything, right? But if I click a reward, it just freaking loads forever, and then it just times out. So,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we have all month. You know what I mean? It's not, and you got a while. Like, look, obviously people are gonna be hunting for the physical stuff. So if you really want that, obviously this is gonna be affecting you. But it's not gonna be like, oh, the game is gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
you're pretty much good because everything's digital, so it's not like, oh man, they ran out of codes for a product that they don't physically carry.
yeah,
Like,
essentially
you have,
that.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
all have plenty of
Well,
time. They're not going to take anything
you
down.
never know. It's Nintendo. Like they may have only been like they were like only 100 people are gonna want Pilot Wings, and then like only make 100 codes. But
Sure.
yeah, no. But what do you guys think is the future of Club Nintendo? What do you think their next rewards program is gonna look like?
I think I don't. What I thought is like look. I thought Club Nintendo was always around. I found that it wasn't around like that long, but I think it's gonna be something similar to Club Nintendo, but a little bit more cleaned up and maybe like what do you call it? Like maybe like tied to your account or something more important. Like maybe a little more rewarding. Like look, some of the stuff they had was sick, but most of the time it was like, all right, dude, like I don't even know what game or series this is. I'm like, is this even a game? Like legit, I would like go
Yeah.
around like, let me Google this because I think Nintendo's trying to fake me out. All right. But hopefully it's a little bit better. Honestly, I think it's gonna be roughly the same. I think they're just gonna clean up the system, maybe just make a better, overall thing. Because when you think rewards program, like Club Nintendo is the ideal one. It's the shit. You know what I mean? So I have no qualms with it. I think they're just gonna upgrade it, in my opinion.
I think we're gonna see a program that's a little more like the digital deluxe program. I think it's gonna be like 10% back or something like that. Just because they did try it with the digital deluxe program and it did just end. I think maybe that was like the proving grounds for something in the future.
Yeah, I think it'll mix with. I think they'll mix with each other because I thought the Club Nintendo stuff was cool. Like every month, here's like 4 games you could get for this many coins and whatnot. Obviously, they're not going to continue with coins, but that kind of system was cool. And then being able to redeem them for other games and whatnot. It's kind
I
of
think
not surprising they closed Club Nintendo because the Wii U Deluxe promotion was going to end like in December last year that just passed, and I figured they would have some other promotion to go with that after, and obviously they are in the future, but I guess that's why they. Mm-hmm.
yeah, sadly.
So essentially, Nintendo like wants to make. It was kind of hard to understand, but pretty much you got to partner with Nintendo to claim money off of their games, and then they only return like 70% to you or something like that, and then they keep 30%.
Yeah, it's 70% if you sign up your channel. It's 60% if you sign up individual videos. They have a lot of. I can. Mike, get rid of the text thing. Or the
Oh
chat.
yeah, yeah.
Are you-
I forgot.
There's a lot of constituencies and terms you have to agree with. Like, if they don't like it, they can pull it down or not give you ad money and a host of other things. They can basically like not give you money for your video if they don't like it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just-
but it's like 70% if you sign up with them, or 60% if you go through their creators. Like if you don't sign with, if you don't sign the agreement with them, but you get 60% revenue if you just have the video up or something like that. As before, if you put up like 3D World, like you would get no money at all. You know?
And it's weird. It's not any Nintendo game. It's a specific list.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what
So I think Smash Bros might not have been in that list or something. I don't know.
It was a lot of like the Wii U first party games, like Mario Kart.
Go through.
Mario Kart 8
Yeah.
and Super Mario 3D World were the big ones for the Wii U. And I remember I had problem with monetizing them anyway. And I can't remember the 3DS ones, but it was mainly just Wii U Wii games that were like, it was basically about that. So it kind of solves some issues and at the same time, like, raise some problems.
Yeah, well, what I don't understand is, oh my God, what were we just talking about? Completely blew my mind.
Program.
Yeah, no. So what I don't understand is like, why does Nintendo, like, as you guys have been talking about, it's understandable for them to claim it technically, even though YouTubers aren't really like it, but they don't need that money, and they're only going to make what, maybe a few $1,000s from this.
Yeah, the dumb thing is that if they basically let everyone have frames, because the more loopholes you put in, the less people are gonna want to go through with it. If they just gave everyone free reigns to do this, then more people are going to be likely to do it, because let's face it, the big channels that make money off of it, if Nintendo says, oh, well, you have to go through these loopholes or you don't make this much money or blah, 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 they're just simply not going to bother with it. And you want those big people to grab on first, and then everyone else will grab on. And the problem with Nintendo is lately their marketing, they don't really market their customers. And YouTube can definitely help with that, because obviously a lot of people use YouTube. And if everyone is playing a Nintendo game, Nintendo would be in the minds of everyone more often, and they wouldn't be beside and front about them.
Yeah,
Like, they might come up, but if they didn't bother putting any sort of sensor close to their microphone.
Yeah, that one is crazy.
Mike,
What happened?
you keep breathing in the microphone.
Oh yeah, I'm not using my regular mic. Sorry guys. I'm using this shitty thing that hurts my ears.
Anyway, basically the point was, if they don't make any money off of it and just let everyone monetize, they'll get more exposure than if they add this screwed up system. Because what happens? What if you're partnered with a network already, and then there's this Nintendo thing? Can you have two networks at once?
so Nintendo
You only choose one of the other? So there's so insane, and it's because they put all these stupid restrictions on it, and then no one's gonna bother with it because there's so many hoops to jump through. Oh, sorry, I know you want to say something. One thing quick. They even put on their page that they can change the dollar or percentage amount you get arbitrarily at any point.
Yeah.
So basically, they could say, "Hey, today we don't feel like giving you money, so we're just," and like, what's that crap? Someone might have put like 100 hours into one of the videos, and then Nintendo's like, "We don't feel like paying you today." Like, it's gonna sign up for that? Are you kidding? It's ridiculous.
I think, in my personal opinion, problem here, I understand that Nintendo owns their IPs and license, but when people buy it, they bought a game. The game is their own, and they can do whatever the fuck they want with the game. The problem, I think, is that Nintendo has to do this type of policy, not in this type of way, because they are really, how can I put it, a little bit menacing for YouTubers and people that want to start streaming, or people that are fan of Nintendo games. So they will alienate them, and I know people who start streaming Nintendo games, regardless if they can stream it or not. But it will alienate a lot of people that play multi-platform games.
I think the big thing is just the fact that for example, PewDiePie, and this just building off of what Flea says, is like PewDiePie says that because of this, everyone's pretty much just bumping Nintendo to the back of their list because they get money off of other companies and playing indie games or whatever. They get to keep the money. And what Flea is saying, is discouraging people from streaming. That's pretty much, in PewDiePie's words, of like, people are putting Nintendo at the back of their lists, which is not the Nintendo wants in the YouTube community. I don't know. I feel like we've talked this a little bit to death, because our audience members probably just feel the same way, because I don't think there's any justifiable reason for Nintendo to be doing what they're doing.
No. And one more thing to say is I know there's a lot of people, especially on Go Nintendo, that I saw that are like, oh, the Let's Players are just getting all pissy because they get to make money without doing effort. There's a lot of people who actually put effort. There's a lot of channels who don't do Let's Plays that actually make quality content, like the game theorists and whatnot. Like I know they already, I know they make money off of theirs, but I mean, I like a couple of my, well, I guess technically one so far, but I want to make a lot of like in-depth, interesting videos, not just dumb Let's Plays. Actually put effort into it and make it entertaining, but this system that they have, I don't want to sign up for it, so it's going to turn me off from that.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I think that Go Nintendo, I feel like is just kind of an extremist place. It's kind of one of those things where a lot of people actually do like Michael Pachter, but Go Nintendo is just a cesspool of Pachter haters, or well. But go the very same thing Nintendo enthusiasts. Any website you really go to that's so Nintendo centric, you're gonna find a large amount of people that just love Nintendo without any fault, and they just hold to a belief, even though they might not have already. Even I remember when starting losses, there was Don saying that Nintendo was I remember the funniest part. When it was so reported that it had sold, when it hit the 10 million point, and it sold Sony more than the Wii U, and we had a comment someone made on our website that said that Sony lied about their figures. And it's like, no, Sony did not lie about their figures.
The only way they could lie is how many shipped versus how many sold.
Yeah, they could.
That's the only.
AK, you mean Hyrule Warriors? All right, we shipped 1 million. All right. Who cares?
Okay, you shipped 1 million, but did only 300,000 sell?
Essentially.
There's a difference between sold and
I just wanted to reply to that commenter and be like, why don't you hire a lawyer and sue Sony? Because that's actually illegal to lie about your financials.
Yeah.
If you're
I'm pretty sure their investors would be pissed and start a lynch mob.
Yeah, but I think that we've spoken enough about that topic. We can probably start wrapping it up. It's been about an hour. If, of course, people that are either in the chat or listening afterwards on iTunes or on YouTube, please let us know how you like this first episode. We did a little bit of a different format this time around. Nothing too substantial, but our show is a little different. We're going to do it weekly now. And why don't you kind of say what we've or where you can find us, what kind of work we're doing. And for those Amiibo collectors out there, why don't you say what you're looking forward to in Amiibo land? Like, for example, I'm looking forward to my Lucario coming in the mail because it was shipped today. And you can find me on MyGN Paul Salon. On Twitter, same thing, PALESCLAN. And then you can find my writing on NintendoEnthusiast.com. I just wrote an article about Nintendo's new IPs because Nintendo, for example, released its million sellers list, all the games that sold more than 1 million units last year, and 11 out of 12 of them were not new IPs. The only one was Tomodachi Life. So I just talked about Nintendo's new IPs and what happens if people don't buy them, etc., etc. Mike, where can we find you?
Hi guys, you could find me on SMB Gaming, Super Nintendo Bros, my GN or on my YouTube. Of course, you can find me here at Twitch on Troy Fullbuster, and which is also my Twitter handle. So just be on the lookout for a good-looking guy, and then you'll realize it's me.
What about Matt?
All right, I am the Mango Viking on YouTube, and that's where you can find me.
And last but not least, the Dark Knight himself, Leo. Where can we find you?
Yes, everyone can find me in my IGN as Flia Dalloisio, and thank you guys for the support and keep up the work. And I hope this change will do our best. So, just another caster. First episode is done.
All right.
Before we go, can I quickly run through some other things?
Yeah, no, Matt.
I'll go quick.
You can run through whatever you want.
All right, so I'll run through these quick things. Awada says Wii U isn't over. More unannounced games coming. That seems obvious, but okay. Wii U had a profit in Q3. Analyst says Amiibo sales have been somewhat disappointing, and then a couple of days later, news sold that they've sold 5.7 million units worldwide, which is hysterical because he's clearly wrong. And it's also been selling on par with Disney Infinity, so that guy must have set up his butt. Wii U has sold 9.2 million units. And Sega, unfortunately, has cut 300 jobs to focus on digital games and PC and merchandising, and less on physical games. It also doesn't help that they sold a incredibly buggy game on a console that is having problems. And the last thing I wanted to bring up: did anyone watch any of the Pokken tournament?
Yeah, I did. It looked really awesome.
Okay, I was wondering what you thought, because you're the resident fighting game guy. I thought, like, I don't know the in-depths of fighting, but fighting games look pretty cool, and it looks like, as far as Nintendo collaborations go, this is like a million times better than Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah,
really cool.
definitely. Oh my god. Like, the thing is though, my friend who doesn't like any fighting game, doesn't even really like Smash that much, is like, yo, I want this game when he saw some of that gameplay. I mean, I like the idea of what they're doing. At first, I didn't think it was gonna work out, but it looks really unique, and like I definitely would, like, I just want to fly to Japan and just play it. Like, I think it's a great idea the way it's coming out. I kind of hope for a little more like fighting characters, like maybe like Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. Like, that'd be kind of cool because it makes sense for them. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, I have no idea where this game is in development and everything else. So, did you mention that Sega's doing that Luigi's Mansion thing?
Yeah, well, this is Luigi's Mansion Arcade, but we already kind of knew about that.
Okay.
I did want to ask you about one thing, Matt, though. Mike. God damn it! I didn't want to ask you one thing, though. What about this Sega news? The fact that they laid off a ton of employees and are doing mostly mobile now?
Well, Mike clearly hasn't bought enough copies of Sonic Lost World and Boom
Yeah.
just yet. He's still waiting.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. I might, I won like $25 from this in a few things, so that might be going to my Sonic Boom money, But right now I'm deciding, I don't know what I want more: Sonic Boom, Captain Toad, or NES Remix. So 1 and 2. So.
And we bring you the man who has not yet bought Shovel Knight, but wants to buy crappy ass Sonic Boom.
I heard good things about Sonic Boom in Bizarro World. Alright, so
They at least updated with a patch.
A really bad patch, but
Yeah, I heard it kind of like.
But I doubt that fixes a lot of the problems.
All right, but let's finish up.
Yeah.
Since we are doing this now weekly, you can come back next Monday, same time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Whatever that translates to for Australians and whatever.
Eli lives in the mountains. Got it.
Yeah, I live in the middle of a mountain. Like, I just drove people through.
How are those goats doing?
Oh,
goats. They're doing pretty well. They're actually sheep. So, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.